And that's live. There we go. Hey there everyone, how are you doing? It's me Gamerturk, and today we're gonna stream some Art Online Alicization Lycoris. Am I pointing at the right direction? The camera is sitting, it's mirrored. Maybe this way? Yeah, it should be that way. We're playing Alicization Lycoris again! Woo! After such a long time. I haven't streamed this game for quite a while now. Multiple reasons, of course, mainly being the DLC for taking a long ass time to come. But aside from that, you know, I've been playing some other games, really focusing on Destiny, which nobody watches on my channel, so I haven't been streaming playing Destiny. But yeah, tomorrow we are getting the Art Online Progressive panel, Art Online panel in general at Aniplex Online Fest. It was previously Aniplex Fest, but since 2 years it's been an online fest for obvious reasons. I'm sure you can guess why. And yeah, we're definitely expecting more progressive news, as well as seemingly more Alicization Lycoris news as well, because Futami and Co are gonna be there. Apparently, we just learned yesterday. But yeah, a quick overview of what we can expect. Obviously, we're getting the new key visual that was leaked earlier yesterday. You can find it on my Twitter page, on my YouTube community stuff, and all that kind of stuff. We're getting the clean version, HD version of that fourth key visual now. The first one was solo Asuna, the second one was Asuna and Kirito, third one was Asuna in front, Kirito slightly in the back, Mito in the far back, and this one features more of a triple scheme. Asuna front side. Why am I talking about it when I can just put it up on screen? Jesus, I am not a smart man, especially when I'm tired. Sorry, I woke up too early today to watch that Art Online Orchestra stream. Where do I put up images? Yes, I would like to title the image as image. Should work. There we go. This is pretty much... Yes, unload the image when not showing to save data. There we go. So this is the key visual we'll be getting tomorrow. As you can see, if I make it large, it is quite warped because leaks usually purposefully warp the image more than it should be. But yeah, we're getting a cleaner version of this, which even unclean, it looks absolutely gorgeous if you ask me. I know I am not looking at the chat at the moment, but I need to give an overview before we begin these things, because otherwise everyone's just gonna keep asking the exact same question. And I am tired, and I don't want that. So yeah, Mito in the back again. Asuna is the closest. Kirito over there in the mid portion. It's an absolutely gorgeous one, so I am really looking forward to getting this in proper clean visuals. Of course, Celeste is probably gonna clean up the text on it as well. He did that to the warped version, but being the warped version is not quite wallpaper quality yet. But yeah, tomorrow just stay tuned to us on Twitter, whichever one of us you're following. Obviously from that, oh my god, that's the... Okay, I am pulling the wrong layer, put that back in its spot, thank you. So as you can see in the bottom, I'm not talking about the reflections at the moment. It is going to be October 30th for Japan. For Japan, let's get that straight. Now, we don't know if this is the regular release, although it can be, or if it's a premiere release, like an early theatrical release, like they had with Ordinal Scale as well. But either way, for now, take this as a Japan date completely. If you're lucky in the US, since Aniplex USA is over there working natively, the US may get a similar date or the exact same date as well. We do not know yet. Again, wait for tomorrow. I need to emphasize this over and over because otherwise people are gonna run with it. I know how that works at this point. For rest of the world, Aniplex does not natively exist for all intents and purposes in rest of the world. So you're gonna have to be looking towards your local distributors, publishers, slash whatever you have. I'm pretty sure some Asian cinemas, like Philippines and stuff, already announced that they'll be having the movie for sure, but I don't think anywhere in Europe so far has confirmed that they're gonna have a movie. Specifically, I'm in the German-speaking room, I'm in Austria, and Peppermint Anime is my local distributor in this case. So they are taking care of Germany, Switzerland, and Austria over here. They have said absolutely nothing. I even tried contacting them via DMs, they have not yet answered. I don't know really. I want them to answer because I want to know if I can see the movie in nearby regions or if I have to take a trip somewhere or something. We'll see. What else can we expect from tomorrow? I have talked way too much about this visual, which I have just realized I have not talked about everything. If you look at the bottom side, the reflection, can I turn this thing around? I am curious. Don't think I can. That would have been very lovely if it had like some turning puzzle. I have just moved something and I have no idea what I have moved. Anyways, if you like turn your screen upside down, you'll see that the reflection of the characters are a beautiful real world version of them. Kirito with his real world looks, Asuna with her real world looks, and Mito, she's barely visible because of the warped image and being hidden behind the text of course, but she has her real life looks as well, all of which look absolutely amazing. So what else can we expect tomorrow? For starters, definitely a third trailer for Art Online Progressive Aria of Starless Night. That is definitely given. We may hear some new OST pieces, so soundtrack pieces, 1 or 2. We are all waiting for the theme song of the movie. Usually it's the opening that gets revealed around the third or the second trailer. But of course, being a movie, it doesn't have an opening song, it has a theme song. And the thing is, we may not get a theme song tomorrow either. The fact of the matter is, the entire visual was leaked. And usually, they do have the singer, or rather performer, written in the credits of it, which nothing is mentioned in this one. So again, we may not be getting a theme song reveal, which is definitely gonna be a bummer if we don't, because it is the third trailer, you know, you have to reveal it sometime, especially with the movie supposedly coming on October 30th in Japan. But yeah, we'll see, I guess. Aside from that, as I said, can I check my notes here? That would be great. Okay, nothing is stated there. I do remember seeing it somewhere, so I'm still gonna mention it. I am absolutely certain of it. Yosuke Futami and co are going to be at the event as well. Which, you know, Futami, he's the main SAO Gameverse producer. And the fact that he is going to be there, chances are we're gonna get some Alicization Lycoris news as well. Most certainly, if we're gonna hear something, we're gonna hear something about Miosotis, aka Blooming of Forget-Me-Not, so the first paid DLC of the game. There is still a second unnamed and completely unknown paid DLC as well that's included in your Season Pass, the Deluxe Edition purchase. Don't expect to hear much about it, if anything at all, about the second DLC. If anything, we're definitely getting things about the first one, and possibly, if we're gonna get, you know, more free DLCs in between until that second paid DLC, we may start getting some teasers towards what that may entail tomorrow, because tomorrow's gonna be a big event in general. I am not gonna live stream the event because it's an official Aniplex stream, and I'm gonna definitely going to run into copyright issues if I try to stream, host that stream here on my channel. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna watch it like a normal person and then do my usual news recap afterwards. And of course, a trailer explained is going to be arriving as well. In fact, I may do my trailer explained before I do my news recap anyways. We'll see. That's something for tomorrow to decide. So now we're just playing games and I am going to be talking with the chat. Ugh, that was tiring. How are you all doing? How's everyone doing? Hey there, Dark Coder. Elishi D away. Elishite away. Okay, that may be a proper pronunciation. I do not know. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Bonaparty is there. When is the Aniplex Fest? It is tomorrow, 6 a.m. UTC, I want to say. Yes, 6 a.m. UTC. If you type 6 a.m. UTC to Google, it's gonna show you what time it is in your own local time zone. So that's always a Gamerturk top tip. If you see a time zone, just type it into Google and make sure what that is in your own time zone. That's gonna save you a lot of trouble. Missed the fucking Endgame premiere here in Austria. That was an entirely different thing though. It was at 12 a.m. and we thought 12 a.m. was going to refer to the 12 a.m. of the next day. Turns out it wasn't. That was a bit of a bummer. We had to buy another ticket for the next day. Waiting for opening song by Lisa. To be honest, I feel like Reona is certainly in the lead there. When it comes to possibilities, we can get a Lisa. I think it's more likely to get a Reona because she's the hot thing right now in the anime music industry. Meanwhile, which one was the fucking thing? Okay, over here. I'm gonna open up multiplayer as well because what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go through the raids, level up a bit, especially since the cooldown between each bosses have been removed, so we can just defeat a boss, go out, defeat the boss again, go out, and keep farming it to level it up. What was I talking about? But again, we may see a surprise singer as well, not Reona, not Lisa, because if I remember correctly, I remember this from Siggy, by the way. He was really keeping up with those news, but someone who is not one of our usual singers, not even Aoi was at some point mentioned in one of SAO stream related news. I don't specifically remember it on the top of my mind. I was unprepared for this. But yeah, don't be surprised if we get a surprise appearance, surprise performer for the theme song as well. I am gonna launch multiplayer so you people can join. We're gonna start with Reaper Reborn actually. Mark that. Unable to manage. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Where's Truth? Is he like not around? I'm gonna ping him in the server. Who's my favorite character? I have tons of favorite characters. I don't like picking one. And I don't like ranking characters as well. Yeah, just no folks allowed. That's our motto. You can just say Eli or Ellie. That doesn't exactly get rid of my doubts, let's say. I feel like that's closer to Eli though, if I'm gonna assume an English pronunciation. Currently playing Hollow Realization. How does Alicization Lycoris compare? Alicization Lycoris, if you want a more in-depth answer, you can just check my review, of course. I'm gonna direct you over there from the get-go if you're interested in a more in-depth breakdown. But Alicization Lycoris is basically a more personal, more tactical, more down-to-earth implementation of Hollow Realization's formula. Hollow Realization was all about spamming them skills back to back with those skill connect chains. In Alicization Lycoris, you need to more carefully plan your approach and stuff, and not do whatever Truth is doing right now. At least he can't steal my mushrooms, so I'm happy about that. So today you're gonna do the chill stream and tomorrow coverage of new info on Progressive. Yes, that is the plan. This is a chill stream for you to ask questions if you have any, and I'll try to answer to the best of my abilities. Know that a lot of what I'm saying today regarding tomorrow are going to be speculations or personal expectations, not even speculations, you know, things like what I want to see. I will distinguish that when I mention it, of course, but you know that personal expectations, personal things that I want to see are completely different than speculations of what we can see, because people do confuse that from time to time. By the way, this is not the iced tea I like, but the iced tea I like was out of stock back in my grocery shop, so I have to make do with this. Honestly, for once I can actually drink water instead. So, is nobody else joining? Truth, invite people. Eli, okay, that answers it. Thank you. Sorry for taking so long. Hey there, Ark, welcome. Do you drink Polish iced tea by any chance? No, this is Fuse tea. They were good a while back. Some countries write it with S, some countries write it with Z. I have no idea why, probably regional copyright issues. Okay, we have another person joining, Shiki. I feel like... Okay, Levi, yes, Levi I do remember. Welcome Levi, how are you doing? I am asking through the stream, hoping you are listening to the stream at the same time, of course. But yeah, this is like, I think it's Coca-Cola's. Yeah, it's Coca-Cola family. I usually prefer Lipton's iced tea. Back in Turkey, it's all Lipton, like ruling the entire iced tea industry. Whereas over here in Austria, they do have slightly different formulas in every single country. You probably know that. Sometimes it's to cater to the specific needs of a certain country, the tastes of a specific country. Sometimes it is just to fit in with the regulations. Here they feel too... what to call it? They feel too artificial, sugary. I am not sure why, because Europe should have more restrictions in regards to how much artificial stuff you can add in. So I have no idea why that is the case. But somehow Turkish ones do feel more natural. Here in Austria, I'm just drinking an Austrian version. There are 2 or 3 Austrian versions, but yeah, most of them suck. Luckily, I found one brand that usually sucks with an amazing specific iced tea taste that I love. So as long as they keep doing that special limited edition run of that iced tea, they are my pick. They got my business. I'm like consuming 50% of the iced tea consumption in the entire country, so I feel like that's a good business for them. No, that's fine, that's fine. Like if you were on an English main channel, they would have instantly gone for Eli. I'd say I'm just a bit more careful, a bit more skeptical, because, you know, everyone can be from anywhere, and I don't even know where I'm getting at. I just don't know all the time. I don't want to assume a specific pronunciation. I'm usually good with names. I take pride in that, so being careful helps with that. Okay, we're 3-manning this. If anybody else wants to join us on PlayStation, do let me know in the chat, and we'll take breaks every now and then to let you join, because we have an open slot. Entire jug of tea on your desk. Is it iced tea? That's the main question. Ah, good, Levy's in the chat. Patan is here, welcome. Are you reading other light novels by any chance? Dude, I am barely reading SAO novels right now. For some reason, I am extremely busy all the time, and that is mostly on Destiny, I'll be perfectly honest. Since my team generally came back, I have been playing a lot more Destiny. I have finally did the platinum on Destiny. Actually, I'm gonna be a steel wall because I need my Yu-Gi-Oh to survive. The rest, you guys can DPS. Is there no Mushroom Thief roll? That's sad. Iced Tea. Good choice, Archo. Well done. What was I saying? I completely forgot what I was saying before this. Oh yes, am I reading other light novels by any chance? I am barely finding the time to read SAO light novels. I'm still reading United Ring 1. Part of that is because being a part of Wikia, I have the benefit of knowing everything that happens in the book before even reading. So when it comes to reading, I don't have that additional motivation that I had with Alicization. You know, I have to read it before the anime gets to it so I can do my videos. I don't have that push when it comes to United Ring, and I know almost everything that happens in United Ring as well, so it's more of a casual stroll through the details for me at this point reading United Ring. So I am taking it slow, not prioritizing all that much. And my AGGO as well as Accel World light novels are still waiting for me. As I need to read eventually. I may get into 86. Like, people are really praising what A1 is doing with 86, so I am interested in what it has to offer. But yeah, that's gonna be after the summer break, I'd say. I also eventually want to get into some SAO manga, but not English, because my Japanese course has been going quite well for the past 1.5 years. And instead of jumping into a full Japanese light novel, I do want to take my chances with a manga, trying to read it, because, you know, I can read kana. It's been way too long, but I still do have some issues with katakana, remembering some of them, some uncommon ones that I don't come across often. But with kanji, I am gonna need more practice, and manga reading, trying to read manga, that's gonna give me an incredible amount of practice when it comes to reading kanji and those rare katakanas. Not rare katakanas, there are no rare katakanas, but like the ones I come across less often. You know, when I write my name, I know how the ka kana is, how a kana is, how the long dash is. That's my specialty, the long dash, because my name is Khan and I need to make that a sound longer. But yeah, when it comes to stuff I don't come across very often, practice those. And kanji as well. The good thing about manga is, depending on the manga of course, you generally have reading help in the form of furigana. It's not always reading help, but it's mostly reading help. And yeah, I kind of want to try giving it a read, you know? Try to get into the language a bit more. I took a massive tangent on that question. That was totally not what you asked. Could you maybe do a video on the links between Accel World and SAO? I am still holding out on that video because United Ring, every single United Ring novel is giving us more and more links towards Accel World, and a lot of untranslated Accel World stuff are also linking back to SAO more and more with every single volume. So whatever I do, next time Reki releases something in a couple months, it's likely gonna be outdated. So what I'm doing right now is just that I am going with the United Ring releases and talking about the link that we got in that specific book, and then moving on. Eventually, I will of course have a video combining all of them, but for me to do that, the link has to be fully established, not some callbacks here and there. What are my thoughts on the new character in the movie? Mito, you can check my video on Mito as well as the trailer 2 explained for Progressive for extensive thoughts on her. I feel like from what we have seen, she appears to be a great addition that gives more context to Asuna's view on VR worlds. I think I tend to overanalyze SAO after I read the line-out. For instance, I thought about 2 possibilities about why Kayaba would make SAO into a death game. Kayaba wanted to make real world closer to virtual world by implementing death in a game. It makes the world more realistic. Not exactly. Kayaba wanted to make VR MMO memorable by making the death game. The news would... nope, not that. Kayaba wanted to find people who are competent to help him. Nope, not that either. Your first guess was the closest. The thing is, Kayaba created SAO because he had a dream of a castle, of a world where people lived. It's simple as that. Of course, seeing Kirito, Asuna, etc. overcome the limits instated by the system itself, it led to an entire adventure for Kayaba. But his actual goal of creating SAO, that was it. That the dream he had that he wanted to accomplish. Anything that comes after that was a completely new adventure that spiraled from what they were going for previously. I keep forgetting to give you guys Fierce Striker, my bad. There's a chopper nearby. I am amazed that my microphone is not picking it up because it usually picks up every single thing. How are the voice levels, by the way? It looks like the game volume may be a little too high, drowning me out. If there's any complaints, please do let me know, because I'm checking the graphs right now, and the game may be slightly too much in relevance to my own voice. Oh my god, I am about to die. I was going for a block, but okay. I hope we get an anime adaptation of Unital Ring. Oh, we will eventually. Eventually. Don't expect it to be anytime soon. Oh yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Completing objectives while missing everything. Good job. When will you react to Kazuya or someone's playing too much Genshin? Kaguya OVA. Chances are I will not do a review of it because first off, it is a bit too much demonetizable and I don't want to go into that territory. Secondly, I missed my chance anyways. It's been a couple weeks, a couple months before, in fact. I mean, if I manage to find additional time when I'm back in Turkey in like 2 weeks, I can go back and do it, but it completely depends how much free time I'll have when I'm home, because whenever I go for a vacation, suddenly I have less time than I had previously somehow. Not sure how that works, must be universe or something. Why does manga have pictures? Why do books have letters? Mysteries of the universe, man. When will the other game heroines come out? The other game heroines will start coming out with Myosotis according to current plans. I forgot to give you Fierce Striker again. Are you fighting divine bosses? Divine bosses? What are divine bosses? I mean, you mean raid bosses? Yeah, we are currently fighting the Fatal Sight, trying to level them up to as much as we can. I can switch over to a different boss soon if this gets too repetitive. It surely will get repetitive, but at the very least the point of the stream is to answer questions anyways. Why would Kayaba choose to help Kirito in the Fairy Dance arc? He's not obligated to do so. He doesn't specifically aim to help Kirito, but he is still observing the phenomenon that he saw back in Aincrad. Even up to ordinal scale, you can see that happening consistently. Kayaba is watching Kirito to understand what happened, how he overcame the system and all that jazz. Stop slowing things down, I cannot time my block. God damn it. And secondly, when Kayaba actually does help Kirito, it's because he wants to give the seed to Kirito so he publishes it. That's the second part of his plan. That's after when Kayaba found a new goal to chase. And Kirito is part of that goal. Hello, my friends! Konbanwa, Nihon no tomodachi. Tomodachi, otomodachi? It's more respectful if I say otomodachi, right? Genki desu ka? I have no idea what's happening. Somehow this feels much more slower than the usual slow as well. I have no idea how it's possible. Oh, that completely missed, but that's fine. Kayaba is basically Kirito's buddy in SAO. I wouldn't call them buddies at all. They're more like, especially after Alicization, they're both more like, if we're talking about Star King Kirito, the copy, they're more like observers waiting to see what happens next. They don't really have a friendship kind of connection at all. Hey there, Mia. Hello. We're still free manning this, by the way. If anybody wants to join, feel free to do so. We're just farming bosses. I love how empty it looks when you do this in co-op. Who is this Mia imposter? I don't know. Why did Cardinal make an agreement with Quinel about sacrificing herself to save Kirito and Yujio? The administrator doesn't have to follow the promise she made with Cardinal. She has to, because Cardinal made her swear on her own floodlight, the one thing she knows is real. And she too cannot go against the agreements she makes because of her upbringing. I cannot hit him. He's stuck up in the air. I swear that slowly is becoming a nuisance. But the administrator attacked Alice, Yujio and Kirito after she swore on her own floodlight. Yes, because they continued to act. The agreement was that she would simply let Kirito, Yujio and Alice go if all of them surrendered. They didn't. They kept fighting. At that point, the deal was off and she could just do whatever the fuck she wanted, and she did. Okay, let's switch it up a bit. Let's go for, I don't know, Hollow Knight? Yeah, let's go for the Dulan. I wish upgrade materials dropped from these as well. Like, not much. 2 or 3 would be enough. At least it would be something. Or if we could get them by dismantling weapons and shit. That would be nice. Doesn't that make Cardinal's sacrifice meaningless? No. Whether she gained them 5 minutes to come up with a plan or 5 years to come up with a plan makes no difference. The fact of the matter is, she bought them time to come up with a plan. And they did. What do I think about the Fatal Bullet arc story? What do you mean exactly, Fatal Bullet arc story? You mean the story that we had in Fatal Bullet? We didn't have a story in Fatal Bullet, that is what I think. It was just play the game for 6 or 7 chapters and then suddenly, boom, crisis situation in a single chapter at the end. Truth, if you don't move, I'm gonna start stealing your mushrooms. The only proper story that Fatal Bullet has was DLC 4, which is no coincidence. That's because in DLC 4 they adapted Cordial Chords, an actual story from the main canon of SAO. The previous ones were all original stuff, and they didn't make much sense. Except for the BOB story, of course, but it was just such a watered down version of the main canon. It was just there to make Kirito playable for a bit, so they could market it as, you know, Kirito's playable here too, come and play if you want to play as Kirito. Didn't work out as well as I hoped it would. But Cardinal would be more useful if she fought alongside with Kirito and Elsa and Yujio. Yes, but she couldn't. Because the sword giant was made out of humans that she couldn't attack anymore. You know, when a boat sails, you cannot just go back and say, Oh, but she could have kept fighting. No, the circumstances at that point dictated that she couldn't fight, so she made the deal to buy time. Oh, there we go. Truth, what do you have with having low health constantly? Please stop doing that. Every single game we play, do the exact same thing. I can't believe that Gabriel was on the DLC, the secret ending of DLC 3. Yes, he was there. The thing is, he was already name dropped beforehand. You know, when Sinon is talking about the previous BOB tournaments, there is this one guy who defeated everyone without a gun, without a weapon. That is Subtilizer. I think it was back in the American server though, I am not exactly sure. I know he has 2 separate mentions of previous participations. I think the first time he was just using the weapons he collected from the people he defeated. And then the second time, before the one before Alicization, he was just destroying everyone barehanded. Do you think he'll appear in some kind of new DLC? Yes, in Alicization Lycoris he will appear, in my opinion, eventually. Will Reiki continue to write about SAO after United Ring is over, other than SAO Progressive? It depends. He wants United Ring to be the end of Art Online, so there's a chance that he won't. But knowing Reiki, as well as Miki, there is a chance that he will. Can we actually down this guy, please? Thank you. Of course, even if the Art Online timeline ends with United Ring, he'll continue, as you said, he'll continue writing progressive as well as writing tons more side stories for whatever he wants to do. Like, most people don't know it, but SAO has so many side stories available for you to enjoy aside from the main light novel publishing line. Hot take, Reiki is trying too hard to throw Ordinal Scale in our faces, especially with that disastrous War of Underworld scene. That's not Reiki, that's the anime staff. You're blaming Reiki for something he didn't do. If he wanted to shoehorn Ordinal Scale into everything in our faces, he would have done so in the United Ring light novels, which so far we are 4 United Ring volumes in, Well, duh, spoilers, but there's not a single Eiji or Yuna appearance at all. Despite the fact that so many people have appeared so far. Not gonna go into details, but if he was shoehorning Orlan Scale into everything, he would have done it there. He's not doing it because he's not shoehorning Orlan Scale into everything. Yeah, of course he's gonna say that. Of course he's gonna say that. He also said he wants to think it was Incarnation, but it isn't. Reki's entire tweet chain during the Alicization anime, it was one big damage control. Hey there, Dragon, welcome. How are you doing? Okay, after this we'll switch over to either Kobold or Green. Truth, why are you 1 HP again? You just stop doing that. You mentioned that there are a lot of SAO side stories. Disconnected. Can someone say when I was disconnected specifically so I can continue where I left off? Oh good, I can still get the fucking reward. That's nice. That is good. Oh, Siggy's in the chat. How are you doing, Siggy? That is a name I did not expect from you, actually. For some reason. I was expecting a more Nordic name. I don't know. Frederick, I guess that's Nordic enough. Still, somewhat of a surprise. So, when exactly did I get disconnected? What was I talking about when I got disconnected? Am I stuck on an infinite loading screen because I got disconnected? It should eventually come back. Pretty sure it will, actually. Because it's trying to connect to the server. And due to the disconnect, it is now confused. It is behind where my face is, so you're probably not seeing the server icon over here up. But yeah, eventually it's gonna manage, understand what's going on, and tell me, oh, okay, you're still online, you can go on. Oh, there we go, it did. Yeah, I understand 5 minutes, but what was the topic I was talking about specifically? No worries, Aggro. Thank you. Appreciate that. I am starting up the matchmaking again, obviously. Let's go for King Reborn, yeah. Ordinal scale, that far back? Did I disconnect that far back? Was I not even talking about the... what you call it? Side stories? That was what I was on. I mean, I was still playing when I was answering that, and then I get the disconnect error. There we go, we were talking about the side stories and whether any of them cover Asuna's family. Yes. The main one, of course, that covers Asuna's family is, of course, Mother's Rosario. People usually don't think it's a side story when they haven't checked the light novels, but Mother's Rosario is just a side story. So the first one, the main one that covers Asuna's family in general, is Mother's Rosario, and I don't think any other side story ever covers Asuna's parents in general. It's usually game stuff when it comes to side stories, not out of the game stuff. We said Night Reborn. Yeah, let's go for Kobold Lord. Oh, there we go, that was the next question. Okay, what crossovers you'd like to make with SAO? Because the crossovers that I like is the King of Fighters, that one, RWB. What does that stand for? I keep seeing that. I roughly know what it refers to, but I have no idea about the full name at the moment, maybe because I'm tired. And BlazBlue. Wasn't BlazBlue a disaster or something at some point? I mean, I don't care about a lot of series, so like crossovers don't mean much for me. It's just whenever a crossover happens, back during Integral Factor, Memory Defrag days, I'm like, who are these characters? Why am I supposed to care about these characters? Why do we have another entirely new gacha for these characters? Please stop. That's my general attitude towards forced crossovers like that. Like, a crossover works best when it's within the same universe. That's why Fate Grand Order is such a great thing. You know, it's the ultimate crossover in a sense. But yeah, if I'm gonna go for a crossover, it's gonna be Accel World and SAO. For obvious reasons. Not much of a fan of crossovers in general. Failed to synchronize, that means I am of course I'm blaming Truth, he just arrived. I could have actually had a lot more Soudish sounding name. My dad is from Spain. Interesting. I wish I was from the north. I'd be living much more comfortably there. Because the temperatures are lower. Before anyone else comes up with other implications. I like cold weather, I don't like summer. North is better for me. Why am I paralyzed, kinda. I wish we had Chat Fang instead of the Fat Lord. I cannot attack! When is that run out? I am really excited for that run out. There we go, finally. Owattane indeed. FGO for crossover? Sure, why not? Gonna lead to a whole lot of stupid comparisons, but yeah, why not? Siggy coming in with that progressive promotion. Yes, it is Ilfang the Kobold Lord, the floor boss of floor 1. That had an absolutely magnificent redesign for the upcoming movie that I absolutely love. Chad Fang for the win. Why is the stream so laggy for me? Jesus Christ, Ray. Is it because you're from Poland, perhaps? The time zone difference may be causing issues for you. Jokes on me, Val has like 20 times the internet speeds I have in Turkey or in Austria. No idea how that works. Also, they made a video, make a fight with Kyo Kusanagi from King of Fighters against Kirito. Well done for them. I don't know who they are or who that specific character is, but whoever did it, good job, proud of you. Don't care. I don't like pitting characters from different series against each other because, as I always say, they play by a different set of rules and most of their powers come from the universes they are in, so again, when you try to pit characters against each other, that only creates problems. Problems that you, a random person on the internet, cannot solve. I don't even know what the fuck just paralyzes me every single time. It's not Chad Fang that's hitting me, are the small kobold soldiers attacking me, causing the paralysis? Potentially. Regardless, that is extremely annoying. Speaking of which, Khan, what are you expecting, hoping from the PV tomorrow? Personally, I almost hope that they'll show a snippet of the farmhouse scene for some Rat Deban plus more. Personally, I said this on Twitter as well, I'm pretty sure you have seen it yesterday, but my general rule of thumb is don't expect any Argo screen time in the trailers at all, and if she shows up, be pleasantly surprised. I am not expecting to see any Argo. I am expecting to see more of the boss fight, because the good thing about the fact that they have already done Aria back in episode 2 is that they can spoil the boss fight without spoiling the boss fight. They have tons of footage from that boss fight that we have surely seen that they adapted in the original, that they can just chuck into the trailers non-stop without spoiling the actual contents of the boss fight that they didn't adapt, that they butchered out of the anime back in their original adaptation. So I'm expecting to see a lot more from the boss fight scene. I am expecting to see at least a little bit more about Mito and Asuna's relationship, because Japan, as it gets to the final trailers, they are not exactly subtle about the relationships of characters. So we may get to see a bit more Mito. What else? I am expecting, if they are adapting the Anil Blade plotline, tying in with what I said about, you know, character relationships that we may see more Asuna and Mito on one side, and on the other side we may see some Kirito and Diawel talks about the upcoming boss fight, for example, to tease at certain narrative thread lines. It's a fine line to walk, trying to not talk about the exact context when you have content that was adapted 10 years ago but was butchered so bad that you need to think about what is a spoiler and what is not for something that was adapted 10 years ago. I don't care who won. Please stop bringing pitting characters against each other to my channel. I am not interested. I know this live is about the movie, but can I ask a question about the novels? Yes, you can. You can. It's something I've been wanting to ask you in the next Q&A live. Q&A live? When did I ever do live Q&As? I think I did it once or twice during War of Underworld because I was so behind schedule and couldn't be bothered to prepare a proper video, so I just made live streams where people were asking me questions. The thing is, live stream Q&As don't work well because I don't have clear ways of structuring videos. Like when I make Q&A videos, it's still unscripted, but the good part is I still plan which questions are gonna be answered in which order, so I can still, while being completely non-scripted, I can still go for a structure. When a live stream, when I'm taking questions off of a live stream, that does not work at all. So yeah, unless we do a live SAO podcast, I am not planning on doing live Q&A sessions. I mean, technically speaking, this is a live Q&A session, but you can see how much of a clusterfuck it is in regards to structure. Hey there, Val, how you doing? Are you guys watching the stream tonight? I'm assuming you are from the US. Yes, I am going to be watching the stream tomorrow morning. Why am I laughing? I'm gonna have to wake up way too early. Any chance of doing the mutated beasts? Yeah, sure, I'm just filling time. This is background footage. I am barely even looking at the screen. I'm just spamming the attack button while I try to answer questions looking at the chat. So yes, we can do mutated beasts, sure. Are all of them open? It's just 2 of them that are open, right? It's a Saturday. They didn't remove the rotation. They should remove that rotation. No, I'm from Germany, neighbor. Night is the same. Then it's not tonight, is it? It's tomorrow morning for you as well. 8 AM. Siggy, are you still in the chat? Can you confirm that it's 8 AM? I don't want to trust Celeste anymore. Oh yes.
Oi! 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 Oi!
Levi, which one do you want to do?
Oi! 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 Oi!
Quick question, we can be our own character in the game. You can create your own avatar, but for story purposes you are still Kirito. And you'll show up as Kirito for story things. The white shards, yes. And which level? I'll just start with 100, let's see how that goes. And if need be, we'll just jump over to 150. And it's only available after you complete the first chapter of the game, mind you. Okay, next up we're going 150. Sure. And we'll have our own story, just like Fatal Bullet. And nope, nope, nope. As I said, for the purpose of the story, you are Kirito. You don't have your own story. You just create your own avatar to play as. That's it. Okay, you said 150 white. No, not the raid dungeon. Back, back, back. Opinion about the level 200 shards enemies. Ooh. I don't care for them. I doubt I'll be able to damage them at all. It's good that the hardcore 0.0001% of people have something to do. It is optional content that I don't give a fuck about. It's all bullet sponges. It's not particularly any more engaging than the level 50 boss that there is. Like, they're just chucking in a random enemy, giving it a massive health bar, massive defense, massive attack. I just give it higher stats across the board and call it a new challenge. That's not a challenge, that's just boosting the same challenge to higher numbers. When do you think the movie will get the sub in other languages after the original launch? I don't know what's normal time they need to translate it, so I know there is no date, but how long could it be? It could be straight out simultaneous. The problem, that was the case with Ordinal Scale. There was one premiere in Japan and one premiere in Köln, in Germany, Cologne in English. And they were at the exact same date, and then we had to wait a month or two for the public theatrical release, and that was a worldwide release because, you know, they did have the time to translate because the movie was sent out early, so they could translate it and get a worldwide simultaneous launch like that. But right now it is not that easy due to the COVID situation. In some countries, people are still eating shit. Some countries, things are looking good, but the government may be scared about opening up the theaters and all that kind of stuff. You know, a worldwide simultaneous launch appears quite hard this time around compared to the Ordinal Scale release event. But still, that's not an issue of translation. They probably will have it translated already and be ready to release it if the cinemas open up. It's just up to the individual countries and their fight against the pandemic. Hi Gamerturk, well, I'm as excited for the SAO panel tomorrow. Glad to hear that. It is in 8 hours plus 2 hours, that's 10 hours, 10 and a half hours until the event. That means 10 hours till I have to wake up again. And I didn't even sleep yet. I'm already tired as fuck. Oh, this stream was not a good idea at all, was it? Ah, fuck me. Okay, thanks. So did Reiki make those godforsaken yellow eyes canon in Progressive Volume 6? No, he did not. The book is very clear as to what those yellow eyes are, and it is not incarnation, it is an actual skill within the game. That is all I am going to say about it. What do you think about the voice of the character Len making a Yu-Gi-Oh character? What? I have no idea. I hope movie gets more movies, knowing them it could happen. That's what we're most certainly gonna get with Progressive. It's just gonna be movies back to back.
Oi!
Oi!
Oi! Oi! Oi!
Okay, let's do a bunch more and then I'll go to sleep, okay? I don't want to be sleep deprived tomorrow. Any news on that summer special for the first day of Aincrad? There was already more news on the 2nd of April, mate. You may have missed it from the looks of it. That was our special April Fool's project that we worked for a couple months on, actually. The goal was to create a reasonably believable project for April Fools, but also give people something that regardless of the context, regardless of the fact that it's an April Fool's, they can just come back and watch time and time again because it's just a nice summary of Kirito's entire journey, you know? It is still up on my channel, so if you enjoy it, just keep watching it. Aside from that, the part of it that is not a joke is the fact that I am doing a story of the past, my narration of certain SAO stories that are not adapted into anime and potentially never will be adapted into anime. I am doing that in... I completely lost the beginning of that sentence because it took so long. So yeah, I am covering the first day in the next story of the past video like that. Chances are I'm gonna put it out sometime between, I don't know, August, potentially. Maybe even September, considering the movie is gonna come out in October in Japan. Well, the end of October, but the exact timing I am not sure yet. It's gonna be somewhere during fall that I'm gonna publish my first day summary video. I still haven't used my resin in Genshin. I used it in the morning because I knew I was gonna stream tonight. Any change for Lycoris crossplay? No changes at all at the moment. There isn't even a next gen patch for Xbox X and Series X and PS5. Like, we're still just getting the benefits through brute forcing of PS5 at the moment. That's why you're seeing these loading screens. This should be no more than 3 seconds normally, if it had a PS5 enhancement patch. Does Bandai Namco translation suck in their games? I wouldn't say it sucks, but it kind of also depends on the game. When they have a Japan first mindset, the translation usually does suck because they do the translation back at their own home. So they don't take translators that are from English cultures that know Japanese to create the the translation, the English translation or other translations that they do, but rather they take Japanese people who speak the language they are translating to as their secondary language, and when that is the case, the translation becomes really shaky at times. Like, I don't want to go into, you know, it's not your native tongue, you can't translate it. That is not true at all. But the problem is the way Japan does it in-house is... I don't think they are strict enough in regards to the English qualifications or language qualifications that they're translating into. When it comes to Bandai Namco West, like when Bandai Namco US is taking a Japanese text and making someone translate it to English, then they do a good job. It's not a perfect job because they do an incredible amount of localization in their translations, and that causes issues. But they do a good job for what they are aiming to do. That is localizing, not just translating. It's a bit too much for my tastes, but the translation is okay. The problem is, unlike the light novels, or unlike other medium, let's say, not even limit that to the light novels. For example, if you look at, I don't know, any Art Online novel, where do I have one?
Oi! Oi!
Whenever you take a Art Online light novel, yes, oi to you too, Truth. I'll be there. Just give me a minute. When you take a Art Online light novel, you turn the... Where is it? Second page. Okay, more pages. Skip that as well because I don't want to show you pictures from a book that you haven't read yet. Okay, there we go. If you go over there, you'll see a single translator. And that's the benefit. Can I even focus? I think you should be able to. There we go. Yes. Translation by Stephen Paul. The good part about light novels is Stephen Paul, he's the one translating everything regarding SAO when it comes to Yen Press's translations. I am extremely blurry, sorry about that. He does all the light novels. I believe he does all the spin-off light novels as well. In fact, I can check because I have way too many. If I go over to AGGO, that is a bit of a risk on my side. I am not sure. Ah, yes! I take AGGO 6, and it is still translated by Stephen Paul. Now I may take even a bigger gamble. I went ahead and picked Accel World, and I am pretty sure this is not gonna work like the others, but I am still hopeful. Where's the credits of this book? Those are not the credits of the book. That is the actual beginning of the book. Huh? I am confused. Okay, Accel World translation is done by someone else, but my point is, anything SAO. So SAO mainline light novels, Art Online Progressive, as well as AGGO, it's all translated by a single person, Stephen Paul. And thus, there's still consistency issues here and there, but they are understandable, let's say, unless you're a perfectionist. There's a certain consistency that's constantly going because it's translated by a single person. When it comes to a game, even Alicization Lycoris has multiple translators working on the entire game. So it becomes quite janky on that consistency portion. And then you have other games that came before, which work the same way. They have a bunch of translators and they are not the same ones as the previous or the one after. So it's not a matter of translation quality, but a consistency problem. That was my explanation of how I find the translation in Bandai Namco games. That was a bit longer than I expected. Can I switch over to PlayStation? Yes, I can. Okay, now where was I? I will owe you back to single player truth. Please stop. Wasn't there supposed to be like an anime adaptation? First day. No, that was our April Fool's joke. That was a trailer completely made by me. My trailer. Take care, Fire Smack. It's not about the movie, but do you think Asuna will have blue hair in the next season, season 4? Because I talked about it with my bro. I didn't read the line novel, so if it's in there, I missed it. Sorry. Well, you missed it. I'm not gonna answer the question. You missed it. In Hollow Fragment, in English sub, you can see they use many shortcuts. Depends on which version of Hollow Fragment you're looking at. The original Hollow Fragment, it is janky, extremely janky, which I believe was done in Japan mainland. Obviously, you can't have that janky translation if you're actually translating it properly, like Bandai Namco West would. But yeah, starting with Ari Hollow Realization, so the PS4 remaster, you have proper translations.
Oi!
Do you have light novels in German? No, I am getting the ones in English. I am not gonna bother with German. It's.
Oi!
I have
Oi!
C1. I have the Austrian Matura,
Oi!
but I still don't have it in me to bother with German. It is just too much of a language. I swear, man. One of the reasons why I hope this gender pronoun thingies catches on is because I hope the German language finally gets rid of the 3 separate artikel and just turns it into one. Because it's one of a hassle to go through. Jesus Christ.
Oi!
By the way, I'm pretty sure half of you are
Oi!
completely freestyling with the article in the first place. But I have no proof yet,
Oi!
but I'm still observing.
Oi!
Do you think they're gonna say anything about the mobile games shutting down?
Oi!
I do not expect any mobile game news now.
Oi!
Like, Futami is responsible for the console games and not the mobile games, so I do not expect mobile game news.
Oi! Oi!
I'm thinking here, what if Mito's Scythe is a special weapon like Neza's Chakram?
Oi!
No, because it is just floor 1.
Oi! Oi! Oi!
What do you think of spear passives in the update? I heard they are overpowered. I'm just rolling with dual blade, so I'm not gonna bother looking them up. I heard there are some really overpowered ones.
Oi! Oi! Oi!
I don't know, man, your English looks perfectly fine. I mean, in the limited amount that you use in the chat, still. That looks like a perfectly fine English to me, and I feel like you'd benefit a lot by reading the actual English translations, you know? I get consistently asked, you know, how to improve my English. You just get into it. Don't be shy. Get into the language. That is something I haven't done with German, and that's why I'm still shy about my German, you know? My German is not bad, but if I have the option to go with English, I am absolutely gonna go with English, because I am not as confident in German, because I never put myself into a German life, German speaking life. Like, even in Austria, I'm here, when I take lessons at the university, I see an English module, I take the English module. And German is my first foreign language as well. Like, German is my safety net. It's not the language I live in. But to learn a language, you need to properly live in. And I never did that for German. I did it for English, and now I'm gonna trying to do it with Japanese. But yeah, to learn a language properly, you just you really gotta live the language. Yes, Memory Deep Drive is shutting down. However, it will have an offline version. Please check the notice board in-game for more information. I read Moon Cradle, but I didn't understand everything, but I want to do a year in Japan after school. That's one of the best things of Europe in general when it comes to education. In Turkey, you're just trying to move through the fucking education system and be done with it. Whereas here, people are more like, huh, okay, I finished high school, how about I take a gap year and do something that's gonna benefit me as a person. I'm gonna see somewhere, you know, get accustomed to a different culture, learn something that is not explicitly about very specific education stuff. That's the kind of stuff that's really nice over here that we don't have back in Turkey. What I'm trying to say is that's a great idea. Hope you go to Japan and enjoy a year there. Take care, Flo. Take care. Okay, let's do one final run, and then I'll go to sleep as well. Final run. Should we do a 200? No, Truth, come back. We were doing the next one. Do we do 200 or still go 150? I think we can try 200. Oh, someone joined. That's nice. We now have 4 people. I don't care about you, Truth. I am asking Levi. I do want to see the level of that person. 62, okay, that is not very beneficial. We're going 150. All in for the finale. If we do it, I want a new member. What does it even give? 40 small shards, yes please. Oh my god. Additional cannon fodder. That is not how you spell cannon fodder, Truth. Okay, let's do this and wake up to a better tomorrow. Oh my god, it's a bunch of them. Right. When translating, GSI was already laughing about this. Yes, Truth. Good for you. You're a mushroom thief, that's what you are. Okay, I gave you all additional accuracy. Oh my god, even with the additional accuracy, I'm just missing everything. That is not good. Ah! Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh shall survive. Something keeps hitting me from far, far away somehow. I have a big problem, by the way. I am mixing my button layout with Genshin. Kind of a problem. Oh yes, my super still hits, that's good. Oh my god, instant death. Is any of them getting damaged at all? Okay, this is not working out. I think we have a problem in our hands. I'm just getting thrown rocks at, and I don't know what I can do about that. Oh my god. I can't even discharge attacks. Oh, that's a mess. Yeah, that's a wipe. Jesus. Let's go ahead and wipe. We'll do a 150 run and that's gonna be it. I have realized that, yes. I don't think even leveling up 9 more levels is gonna help in this case. This is stupid. That's why I don't care about high level stuff. Ugh. Yu-Gi-Oh, don't get back up to your feet, just die. We'll do 150.
いらっしゃい。永遠なる停滞の中へ。
My Yu-Gi-Oh is just getting bodied. Jesus. Can we all like collectively die so we can go back to 150 version? I can't back out. Hey Dan, welcome to the members club. Thank you. Sorry that we absolutely suck. Totally wasn't what I was expecting. Despite the fact that kind of was. I was expecting something bullshit. I was hoping my Kirito would at least be able to hit some basic attacks for MP regeneration. I mean, I tried, in my defense, I tried. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's do a 150 and end with a win, shall we? We will act like this didn't happen. When you haven't played Alicization Lycoris yet and suddenly find out where the music he uses in his videos come from. Yeah, a lot of the music I use are from SAO games or Destiny in general. I haven't used Destiny music in the past 2 or 3 years, I believe. I used it a lot during the first half of Alicization, the Human Realm arc. With the second half, I think I switched over to SAO game music. I don't remember what I used though. I don't know, it's been a while. My timer was at 0 and I still did not get respawned. Yeah, I saw that actually. What are we waiting for? I blame truth. Oh no, not again, not again. Tomorrow... Oh. I have way too many hiccups today, I have no idea why. Tomorrow is the 4th of July. Yes, it is the day of Aniplex Online Fest SAO panel. That is why I am wrapping up the stream early, with this fight being the last one. And I'm going to sleep. Because I'm gonna have to wake up at 7:30, take a shower before the event, and then watch the event, and then the entire day will be about making videos. I don't like it when events are so early in the morning for me. Like usually when there are streams, Japan is kind enough to have them late for them. So it's like 1 p.m, 2 p.m. for me generally. But when it's a big event, because they're doing it midday of course, it has to be at a stupid time for me. Hey, chin up, it's 2 a.m. for me. 2 a.m. is good. That's good. I can stay up until 2 a.m. I sleep at 4 a.m. every single day, in fact. That's better for me. I just watch the hour-long event at 2 a.m. Quickly prepare some videos, publish it before 5 a.m. Go to sleep, sleep until 2 p.m. after publishing, and then wake up to views. Hopefully. Doesn't happen every single time. Like my Shaman King videos that I don't have a following for, so every single SAO fan is seeing that Shaman King video pop up from me and they don't watch it because they're not interested in Shaman King, so my Shaman King videos don't get any videos. Okay, that's it. I go to sleep. No pictures today. We will do it Monday or Tuesday or something. Bye bye. Truth, this is the one time I'm oing at you, please. Thank you. Okay, I'll drop from. I think someone else joined. I don't want people joining with false hopes. End the party. Disconnect, yes. Thank you for stream. Thank you for joining and especially for becoming a channel member, you know. We need more channel members so I can make more quality videos. That sounds like a joke when I say it, but I am actually being serious. I need a certain income to level up my video preparing, editing stuff. Like those story of the past videos, it's always a net deficit for me. Like creating those illustrations, they are usually around 50 to 60 euros, and that's just one set of illustrations, and then the return on the video is like 10 to 15 euros tops. That's been the case with the Hopeful Chant and Cordial Chords. But yeah, what can I say? It's a passion project. If I have the... If I can, I will do as much as I can to increase their production value, but I don't have much choice, and I try to make do with what I have. But that's an entirely different tangent that it makes me feel like I am trying to guilt trip you into becoming members and stuff, which is not my intention. But it might sound like so because I'm just tired and rambling, that's what I'm saying. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much to all my members and patrons in general, of course. I hope you enjoy your new badges and access to emotes. Oh, Jeremiah just arrived just when I was wrapping up the stream. That's sad. If you have final questions, you can still ask in the chat while I keep rambling for no apparent reason. I see what you're saying. I just finished school here in my country, but if I stop to do something now, I'll hardly ever get a job. Oh my god, you're quite far back in the stream, aren't you, Alexander? But yeah, that's essentially what I'm getting into. Like, in Turkey, that's the education system. You just can't stop. You can't take a year off to do what you want to do. You just have to keep going, finish your education, and immediately find a job. Otherwise, no chance. And it gets even more complicated because private schools have prep years. For example, I went to the Austrian school in Turkey, and we had a single prep year solely to teach people proper German, despite the fact that I knew German from beforehand. So yeah, we get like extra 1 year in between to prep that takes another year of our lives. And it just piles up, you know? You don't get to take a break. I think that's everything. No new questions that I can spot. If that's the case, I will see you. Well, first off, enjoy tomorrow's stream, of course, from Aniplex Online Fest. And after that, I'll see you with a trailer explained, assuming we're getting our third Progressive Aria of a Starless Night trailer. And then with an entire news recap for SAO anime as well as SAO games. No, Truth, don't do that. Don't do that. That's your safety net, don't do that. Yeah, I'll see you then. Until then, bye bye, take care. Before I turn it off, Prissy, thank you for becoming a channel member. That makes it 2 in a single stream. Today is my lucky day. Hopefully I can pay it off tomorrow to all of you with some nice coverage of the event. Thank you, thank you. I'm extremely tired, I cannot say much, but thank you very much. And I'll see you all tomorrow.